Hello, my friend. I'm really happy you're here today. Before we begin, I want to ask you a simple question. How are you practicing English every day? Really? Take a moment and think about it. Do you practice English in a way that helps you speak, or do you only study English in a way that helps you understand? Maybe you watch English videos, maybe you save useful phrases, maybe you read grammar rules, write new words in a notebook, listen to conversations, or repeat sentences for a few minutes. And maybe after doing all of that, you still feel nervous when it is time to speak. Maybe you understand the lesson, but when someone asks you a simple question in English, your mind becomes busy, your mouth becomes slow, and your confidence suddenly disappears. If this sounds familiar, please do not feel bad. This happens to many English learners. It does not mean you are weak. It does not mean you are not smart. It does not mean English is impossible for you. It simply means your English practice needs to become more active, more daily, and more connected to real life. Many learners spend months or even years learning English passively. They listen, they read, they watch, and they understand, but they do not train their mouth to speak every day. They do not train their brain to create sentences quickly. They do not train their confidence to stay calm in real situations. And because of this, they know English, but they cannot use English as fast as they want. So today, I want to help you change the way you practice English. I want to show you how to practice every day in a simple, realistic, and powerful way so you can start speaking with more confidence faster. I am not going to tell you to study for 5 hours a day. I am not going to tell you to memorize hundreds of difficult words. I am not going to tell you to wait until your grammar is perfect. No, my friend. Today, I want to show you that real improvement can begin with small daily actions. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, a few spoken sentences in the morning, a short practice while making tea, a small conversation with yourself while walking, a simple answer spoken out loud before sleeping. These small moments can become powerful when you repeat them every day. Now, before we go deeper, I want you to imagine something. Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning, and instead of checking your phone immediately, you take just 2 minutes to speak English. You say, "Today, I need to finish my work. I feel a little tired, but I will try my best. After breakfast, I will check my messages, clean my room, and start my day." These are not difficult sentences. They are not advanced sentences, but they are real sentences. They are connected to your life. And when you speak them out loud, you are not just learning English. You are training your brain to use English as a normal part of your day. This is where confidence begins. Confidence does not begin when you know every grammar rule. Confidence does not begin when you learn every word in the dictionary. Confidence begins when you prove to yourself again and again that you can use English, even in a small way. Every time you speak one sentence out loud, you are telling your brain, English is not only something I understand, English is something I can use. And when you repeat this every day, your brain starts to believe it. Your mouth becomes more comfortable. Your voice becomes more natural. Your fear becomes smaller. My name is Evelyn, and in today's lesson, I want you to practice with me slowly and honestly. Do not just listen to this lesson like a normal video. Use it. Speak with me. Repeat some sentences. Pause when you need to. Answer the questions in your own words. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to become active. The goal is to move English from your notebook into your mouth, from your mind into your daily life, and from fear into confidence. Let's begin with one important truth. If you want to speak confidently fast, you must practice English every day in a way that feels close to real speaking. Many learners think daily practice means opening a book and studying grammar for 1 hour. That can help, but speaking confidence needs speaking practice. If your goal is to speak, your practice must include speaking. It sounds simple, but many learners forget this. They wait to speak until they feel ready, but they never feel ready because they are not speaking. So the better way is this: speak first, even if it is simple, and confidence will follow. Now let's do a small practice together. I will give you simple daily life sentences. I want you to imagine your own day and say something similar. You can say, I wake up early, but sometimes I feel sleepy. You can say, I usually drink tea in the morning. You can say, today, I have many things to do. You can say, I want to improve my English, so I will practice for 10 minutes. Say these sentences slowly. Do not rush. Feel every word. Let your mouth get used to the movement. When you say, I want to improve my English, say it like you really mean it. When you say, I will practice for 10 minutes, say it like a promise to yourself. Now try to make your own version. Speak about your morning. You can start with, in the morning, I usually, and finish the sentence. Maybe you say, in the morning, I check my phone. Maybe you say, in the morning, I usually make breakfast. Maybe you say, in the morning, I usually prepare for work. Good. Now add one feeling. Say, in the morning, I usually make breakfast and I feel calm. Or, in the morning, I usually prepare for work and I feel busy. This is how you start building speaking confidence. You take a simple sentence, then you add one more idea. You do not need complicated English. You need useful English that you can say again and again. One of the biggest mistakes learners make is waiting for a perfect speaking partner. Of course, speaking with real people is helpful, but you do not need to wait for someone else to practice. You can practice alone. You can speak to yourself. You can describe what you are doing. You can answer imaginary questions. You can repeat useful sentences. You can record your voice. You can shadow short lines from English lessons. You can create small conversations in your room. This kind of practice may look simple, but it is very powerful because it makes English active every day. For example, when you are cleaning your room, you can say, I am cleaning my room because it looks messy. When you are cooking, you can say, I am making something simple today. When you are going outside, you can say, I need my keys, my phone, and my wallet. When you are tired, you can say, I feel tired, but I still want to finish one small practice. These sentences are not only practice sentences, they are real life English. They connect English to your actions. And when English becomes connected to your actions, it becomes easier to remember and easier to speak. Now let's practice a very useful daily pattern. Say, I need to. This pattern is powerful because you can use it every day. I need to wake up early. I need to finish my work. I need to call my friend. I need to clean my desk. I need to buy some food. I need to practice English today. Now make it more natural by adding a reason. I need to wake up early because I have work. I need to finish my work because the deadline is near. I need to practice English today because I want to speak with confidence. Now, say your own sentence. Start with, I need to, and add your real task for today. Then add because and give a reason. This is simple, but this is real speaking training. When you practice like this every day, you are not just memorizing sentences, you are building speaking muscles. Think about your mouth like a muscle. If you only read English silently, your mouth does not train. If you only listen to English, your mouth does not train. But when you speak out loud, even for a few minutes, your mouth learns how English feels. Your tongue, lips, breath, and voice begin to work together. At first, it may feel slow. That is normal. At first, you may forget words. That is normal. At first, your sentences may feel too simple. That is also normal. Simple spoken English is better than perfect English that stays silent in your mind. So from today, I want you to make one small rule for yourself. Do not let a day finish without speaking at least 5 English sentences out loud. Only 5. You can speak about your morning, your food, your work, your feelings, your plans, or your problems. You can say, today was busy. You can say, I learned something useful. You can say, I made a mistake, but I will try again. You can say, tomorrow I want to speak more clearly. You can say, I am improving slowly, and that is enough. These 5 sentences may look small, but if you do them every day, they can change the way you feel about English. The secret is not to practice once and then stop. The secret is daily contact. English must touch your life every day, not only through your ears, not only through your eyes, through your voice, through your choices, through your real thoughts. When you practice every day, English becomes less scary. It becomes familiar. It becomes something you can enter slowly, like opening a door that used to feel locked. And once you open that door every day, even a little, you begin to see progress. Now let's move into the real daily practice. The first thing I want you to understand is this. English confidence grows when English becomes normal in your daily life. Many learners keep English separate from their real day. They study English at one special time in one special place with one special notebook, and after that, English disappears from their life until the next lesson. But if you want to speak confidently faster, English cannot be something you only visit for a few minutes. English must become something you touch again and again during the day. Not in a stressful way, not in a difficult way, but in a simple and natural way. You can bring English into your morning, your meals, your work, your walking, your shopping, your phone calls, your thoughts, and even your small problems. When English becomes connected to your real life, your brain starts to feel that English is not a school subject. It is a living tool. A good daily practice does not need to be long. It needs to be repeatable. This is very important. Many learners make a big plan. They say, from tomorrow, I will study English for 2 hours every day. The first day, they feel excited. The second day, they feel a little tired. The third day, life becomes busy and the plan disappears. Then they feel guilty and think they failed. My friend, do not build your English practice on excitement only. Build it on a small routine that you can actually repeat. 5 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a week. 10 spoken sentences every day are better than one long, silent study session. The goal is not to impress yourself with a big plan. The goal is to train yourself with a small habit that stays with you. So let's create a simple daily speaking routine together. In the morning, before your day becomes busy, Say 3 sentences about your plan. You can say, today, I need to finish my work. You can say, I want to stay focused today. You can say, I will practice English for 10 minutes. These sentences are simple, but they wake up your English voice. You are telling your brain, we are using English today. Now try your own morning practice. Say, today I need to, and complete the sentence with something real from your life. Then say, I want to and add one personal goal. Then say, I will, and add one action you can do today. For example, today I need to clean my room. I want to feel more organized. I will practice English after breakfast. This is not just speaking practice. This is daily life practice in English. During the day, you can use a second practice called describe what you are doing. This is one of the easiest ways to practice English alone because you do not need a teacher, a speaking partner, or a special topic. You only need your own actions. When you are making tea, say, I am making tea. Then add one detail. I am making tea because I feel sleepy. When you are opening your laptop, say, I am opening my laptop because I need to work. When you are going outside, say, I am going outside to buy something. When you are washing dishes, say, I am washing the dishes after lunch. These sentences may look very simple, but they train your mouth to speak automatically. And automatic speaking is exactly what you need for confidence. Now let's practice this together in a natural way. Imagine you are at home and you are getting ready to leave. You can say, I am looking for my keys. Then you can add, I do not want to be late. Then you can say, I need my phone, my wallet, and my bag. Now make it a little more fluent. Say, I am getting ready to leave, and I am checking if I have everything I need. This is how you grow one sentence into a better sentence. You begin with something small, then you add more information. You do not need to speak fast at first. You need to speak clearly. Speed comes after repetition. Confidence comes after use. Another powerful daily practice is answering simple questions out loud. Many learners freeze in conversation because they only practice repeating sentences, but they do not practice answering. Real conversations is not only repetition. Someone asks you something and you need to respond. So every day, ask yourself easy questions and answer them in English. Ask, how do I feel today? Then answer, I feel okay today, but I am a little tired. Ask, what did I do this morning? Then answer, I woke up, checked my phone, and had breakfast. Ask, what do I need to do next? Then answer, I need to finish my work and then take a short break. This kind of practice trains your brain to create English, not only repeat English. Let's do one question practice now. I will give you a question and you answer in your own words. The question is, what do you usually do in the morning? You can answer simply, I usually wake up, wash my face, and eat breakfast. Now make it better by adding time. I usually wake us up around 7, wash my face, and eat breakfast. Now make it more natural by adding feeling. I usually wake up around 7, wash my face, and eat breakfast, but sometimes I still feel sleepy. This is a very good speaking pattern. Action, time, and feeling. You can use this pattern for many topics. What do you usually do after work? What do you usually do before sleeping? What do you usually do on weekends? Answer each question with action, time, and feeling, and your English will become more complete. The next important habit is repeating useful phrases, not random words. Many learners memorize long word lists, but when they speak, they still feel stuck. Why? Because real speaking is not made from single words only. Real speaking is made from phrases. Instead of memorizing the word tired, learn the phrase, I feel tired today. Instead of memorizing the word busy, learn the phrase, I have a busy day. Instead of memorizing the word practice, learn the phrase, I need more speaking practice. Phrases are easier to use because they already give your brain a sentence shape. So every day, choose 5 useful phrases and say them out loud many times. Say them slowly. Say them clearly. Say them like you are really using them in your life. For example, today's 5 useful phrases can be I need to get better at this. I am trying to speak more clearly. I do not know how to explain it yet. Can I say it another way? Let me think for a second. These phrases are very useful because they help you survive real conversations. Many learners become nervous because they think they must answer immediately and perfectly. But confident speakers know how to give themselves time. They say, let me think for a second. They say, can I say it another way? They say, I do not know the exact word, but I can explain it. This is real confidence. Confidence does not mean you never get stuck. Confidence means you know what to do when you get stuck. Now, practice these phrases with me in small situations. Imagine someone asks you a question and you are not ready. You can say, let me think for a second. Imagine you do not know one word. You can say, I do not know the exact word, but I can explain it. Imagine your first sentence sounds wrong. You can say, can I say it another way? This kind of practice is very important because it removes fear. You do not need to run away from mistakes. You can manage them. You can stay calm. You can continue. That is how speaking confidence grows in real life. At the end of the day, do one more short practice. Speak about what happened today. You can say, today was a little busy. You can say, I finished some work, but I still have more to do. You can say, I practiced English for a few minutes, and I feel proud. You can say, tomorrow, I want to speak a little more. This evening, practice helps you review your day in English. It also teaches your brain to think about real experiences in English. And when you practice real experiences every day, your speaking becomes more natural because you are not only repeating lesson sentences, you are talking about your own life. So your first daily practice plan is simple. Speak 3 sentences in the morning. Describe 3 actions during the day. Answer one question out loud. Repeat 5 useful phrases and speak 3 sentences at night. This is not too much. This is realistic. And if you do it every day, you will start to feel a difference. Your English will not become perfect overnight, but your fear will become weaker. Your mouth will become more ready. Your brain will become faster. And little by little, you will stop waiting for confidence and start creating it through daily practice. Now, let's talk about one of the fastest ways to make your English speaking feel more natural: shadowing. Shadowing means you listen to a short English sentence and then repeat it out loud as closely as you can. You copy the rhythm, the sound, the feeling, and the flow. But please understand this clearly. Shadowing is not just copying like a machine. Shadowing is training your mouth and your brain to move together. When you shadow a sentence many times, your mouth starts to remember how English feels. Your brain starts to recognize natural sentence patterns. Your confidence grows because you are not only reading English silently, you are speaking it with your real voice. The best way to use shadowing every day is to keep it short and focused. Do not choose a long video and try to repeat everything from beginning to end. That can become tiring. Instead, choose 5 or 6 useful sentences that you can imagine using in your own life. For example, I am trying to improve my English little by little. I feel nervous sometimes, but I still want to speak. I need more practice, not more pressure. I made a small mistake, but it is okay. Can you please say that again? These sentences are useful because they are connected to real feelings and real conversations. When you repeat them every day, you are preparing yourself for real moments. Let's practice this style now. Say this sentence slowly. I am trying to speak more confidently every day. Say it again, but this time make it smoother. I am trying to speak more confidently every day. Now say it like you are telling someone honestly. I am trying to speak more confidently every day. Good. Now change the sentence slightly and make it personal. You can say, I am trying to speak more clearly every day. You can say, I am trying to practice English every day. You can say, I am trying to think in English every day. This is how shadowing becomes more powerful. You do not only repeat, you repeat, then change, then use. Another important daily practice is building mini conversations with yourself. Many learners say, I cannot practice because I have no partner. But you can become both people in a simple conversation. You can ask a question and answer it. For example, ask yourself, what are you doing today? Then answer, I am going to work, and later I will practice English. Ask, why do you want to practice English? Answer, because I want to speak more confidently and understand people better. Ask, how much time will you practice today? Answer, I will practice for 10 minutes, but I will do it with focus. This may feel strange in the beginning, but it is very effective. You are training conversation movement. You are training question and answer speed. You are training yourself to respond without waiting for someone else. Now let's do a simple practice conversation together. Imagine someone asks you, why are you learning English? You can answer, I am learning English because I want better communication. Now make it more personal. I am learning English because I want to speak confidently at work. Or I am learning English because I want to travel and talk to people easily. Or I am learning English because I want to understand videos, meetings, and conversations without fear. Now imagine the person asks, what is difficult for you? You can say, speaking is difficult for me because I think too much. You can say, I know many words, but I need more practice using them. You can say, sometimes I feel nervous, but I am improving. These answers are simple, but they are strong because they help you explain your real situation in English. A very useful daily exercise is the 1-minute speaking practice. This practice is simple. Choose one topic from your daily life and speak about it for 1 minute. Do not stop too much. Do not worry about mistakes. Just keep going. Your topic can be your morning, your food, your job, your family, your room, your phone, your plans, your weekend, your city, or your English journey. For example, you can say, today, I want to talk about my morning. I woke up a little late, so I had to move quickly. I washed my face, changed clothes, and had a simple breakfast. I wanted to check my phone, but I decided to practice English first. I feel happy because I did something useful for myself. This is real speaking practice. It is not complicated, but it makes your brain work in English. When you do the 1 minute practice, you may get stuck. That is okay. Getting stuck is part of training. The important thing is to learn how to continue. Use simple rescue phrases. Say, let me say it another way. Say, what I mean is, say, I am not sure about the word, but say, for example. These phrases help you keep speaking even when your English is not perfect. This is very important because in real conversations, you will not always know the perfect word. Confident speakers are not confident because they never make mistakes. They are confident because they know how to continue after a mistake. Let's practice rescue phrases now. Say, let me say it another way. Say it again slowly. Now use it in a real example. I do not know how to explain this clearly. Let me say it another way. Good. Now say, what I mean is, use it like this. I feel stuck sometimes. What I mean is, I know the words, but I cannot speak quickly. Now say, for example, use it like this. I need more daily practice. For example, I can speak about my routine every morning. These phrases are small, but they give you control. And when you feel control, you feel less fear. Another daily habit that helps you speak confidently fast is thinking in small English sentences. Many learners try to translate every thought from their first language into English. This makes speaking slow because the brain is doing too many things at once. First, it thinks in one language. Then it translates. Then it checks grammar. Then it worries about mistakes. By the time the learner is ready to speak, the moment has already passed. To become faster, start thinking directly in simple English. Do not try to think advanced thoughts. Start with small sentences. I am hungry. I need water. This place is noisy. I have to leave soon. I like this idea. I do not understand this part. These small thoughts train your brain to use English without translating everything. You can practice this anywhere. When you see your phone, think, I need to reply to a message. When you see your shoes, think, I should go outside. When you look at your room, think, I need to clean this. When you feel tired, think, I need a short break. When you feel proud, think, I did something good today. This practice is quiet, but it is powerful. Then, whenever you can, speak the thought out loud. Thinking in English helps your brain prepare. Speaking out loud helps your mouth train. Together, they make your English faster and more natural. Now, I want you to remember something very important. Fast improvement does not mean rushed improvement. Do not speak so fast that your words become unclear. Do not push yourself so hard that you feel tired and disappointed. Speaking confidently fast means you build confidence faster because you practice correctly every day. It does not mean you become perfect in 1 week. It means you stop wasting time on passive learning only. It means you start using English today. It means you speak simple sentences again and again until they become easy. Then you add more. Then you speak longer. Then you answer faster. This is real progress. For today, choose one small speaking challenge. Speak for 1 minute about your day. Repeat 5 useful sentences with shadowing. Ask and answer 3 simple questions. Think 5 small thoughts in English. You do not need to do everything perfectly. You only need to do something actively. English confidence is not built by waiting. It is built by using, and the more you use English in small daily moments, the more your voice will start to feel ready when real conversations happen. Now let's go deeper into how you can use daily life as your English classroom. Many learners think they need a perfect lesson, a perfect app, or a perfect schedule before they can improve. But your real day is already full of speaking practice. You only need to notice it and use it. Every normal situation can become an English moment. When you wake up, you can practice. When you eat, you can practice. When you wait for someone, you can practice. When you walk, you can practice. When you feel worried, happy, tired, busy, or excited, you can practice. This is powerful because you stop depending only on free time. Instead, you turn small pieces of your day into speaking training. One of the best daily exercises is called the three-level sentence practice. You start with a simple sentence, then you add one detail, then you add one reason or feeling. For example, start with, I am busy. Now add one detail. I am busy today because I have many things to do. Now add one feeling. I am busy today because I have many things to do, but I feel okay because I am trying to stay organized. This exercise trains you to speak longer without becoming confused. Many learners can say short sentences, but they stop there. They say, I am tired. I am hungry. I am busy. That is a good beginning, but real speaking needs a little more. When you learn to add details, your English becomes more natural. Let's practice this together. Start with the sentence, I am learning English. Now add a detail. I am learning English every day. Now add a reason. I am learning English every day because I want to speak confidently. Now add a feeling. I am learning English every day because I want to speak confidently. And I feel proud when I practice. This is a strong sentence. It is not difficult, but it sounds complete. Now make your own version. You can say, I am practicing English at home because I want to improve my speaking and I feel more confident little by little. Or you can say, I am listening into English every day because I want to understand people better and I feel happy when I notice progress. This is how you build fluency from simple English. Another useful exercise is changing one sentence into many sentences. This helps you speak with more flexibility. Take one sentence. I practice English every morning. Now change the time. I practice English every night. Change the person. My friend practices English every morning. Change the feeling. I practice English every morning, and I feel motivated. Change the reason. I practice English every morning because I want to speak faster. Change the problem. I try to practice English every morning, but sometimes I feel tired. This exercise is very effective because it teaches your brain how sentences can move. You are not just memorizing one line. You are learning how to create many useful lines from one idea. Now let's practice with another daily sentence. The sentence is, I need to go outside. Change it with a reason. I need to go outside because I have to buy something. Change it with time. I need to go outside after lunch. Change it with feeling. I need to go outside after lunch, but I feel a little tired. Change it with a plan. I need to go outside after lunch, buy some food, and come back quickly. This is how real speaking works. You do not need completely new grammar every time. You need the ability to take a simple sentence and adjust it for your real situation. Now, let's talk about confidence in real conversations. Many learners feel nervous because they think they must speak perfectly from the first sentence. But real conversation, not exams, real conversations are exchanges. You listen, you respond, you ask, you explain, you correct yourself, and you continue. Sometimes you need to ask someone to repeat. Sometimes you need to say, I did not understand that clearly. Sometimes you need to say, can you speak a little more slowly? These sentences are not signs of weakness. They are signs that you know how to manage a conversation. When you know these phrases, you feel safer. And when you feel safer, you speak more confidently. Practice these conversation safety phrases every day. Say, could you say that again, please? Say, I did not catch that. Say, can you speak a little more slowly? Say, let me make sure I understand. Say, do you mean this? These phrases are very useful because they protect you in real speaking situations. If someone speaks too fast, you do not have to panic. You can ask for repetition. If you misunderstand, you do not have to stay silent. You can check the meaning. If you need time, you can ask for it politely. Confidence grows when you have tools for difficult moments. Now imagine a real life situation. Someone asks you, what do you do every day to improve your English? You can answer, I practice a little every day. I repeat useful sentences, describe my actions, and try to speak about my day. If you want to make it longer, you can say, I practice a little every day because I know small habits are easier to repeat. I usually speak a few sentences in the morning, and at night, I talk about what happened during the day. This answer is natural, clear, and confident. You are not using very difficult English, but you are communicating well. That is the goal. Another situation, someone asks you, why do you want to speak English confidently? You can answer, I want to speak English confidently because it can help me in work, travel, learning, and communication. Now make it personal. I want to speak English confidently because I do not want to feel silent when I have something to say. This is a powerful sentence. Many learners have thoughts, ideas, and feelings, but they stay quiet because they are afraid of mistakes. Daily practice helps you change that. It gives your voice more freedom. It teaches you that your message matters more than perfect grammar. Now let's practice talking about mistakes. This is important because fear of mistakes is one of the biggest reasons learners stay silent. Say, mistakes are part of practice. Say, I can make mistakes and still improve. Say, I do not need perfect English to communicate. Say, every mistake can teach me something. Now use these ideas in a longer sentence. Sometimes I make mistakes when I speak English, but I do not want to stop. I know mistakes are part of practice and I can learn from them. This sentence is good for your English and good for your confidence. You are not only practicing language, you are training your mindset. A simple way to reduce fear is to practice small speaking moments before real situations. If you know you may need English at work, practice work sentences at home. Say, I have finished the task. Say, can you please explain this part? Say, I will send it later today. Say, I need a little more time. If you may need English while traveling, practice travel sentences. Say, where is the nearest bus stop? Say, how much does this cost? Say, I would like to order this, please. Say, can you help me with this? When you practice before the situation, your brain feels prepared. Preparedness creates confidence. You can also practice emotional English because real life is not only about actions. You need to talk about how you feel. Say, I feel nervous, but I am ready to try. Say, I feel excited because I am improving. Say, I feel confused, so I need a simple explanation. Say, I feel proud because I practiced today. These sentences help you express yourself like a real person. When you can describe your feelings, your English becomes more human. You are not just giving information, you are sharing experience. Before we finish this part of the practice, I want you to do one short speaking exercise. Speak about today using 5 sentences. First, say what kind of day it is. For example, today is a busy day. Second, say what you need to do. I need to finish some important work. Third, say how you feel. I feel a little tired, but I am okay. Fourth, say one English action. I will practice speaking for 10 minutes. Fifth, say one positive thought. I am improving because I am trying every day. Now say your own 5 sentences. Keep them simple, keep them real. This is how daily practice becomes personal. And when practice becomes personal, it becomes easier to continue. Remember, your goal is not to sound perfect today. Your goal is to become more comfortable using English today. Comfort comes from contact. Speed comes from repetition. Confidence comes from action. So do not wait for a perfect day. Do not wait for perfect motivation. Use the day you already have. Use the words you already know. Speak one sentence, then another, then another. This is how English becomes part of you. Now I want to give you a simple daily system that you can follow without feeling confused. Many folks learners fail because they do not know what to practice first. One day they watch grammar. The next day they listen to a conversation. Then they memorize words. Then they stop for a few days. After that, they start again from the beginning. This creates confusion. If you want faster confidence, you need a simple system that repeats every day. The system should train your ears, your mouth, your brain, and your confidence. It does not need to be difficult. It only needs to be active and consistent. Start with listening for a few minutes. Choose English that is clear and not too difficult. Listen to one short section and try to understand the main idea. Do not worry about every single word. Just ask yourself, what is this person talking about? Maybe the person is talking about a morning routine, a work problem, a shopping situation, or a simple opinion. After listening once, listen again and notice useful phrases. Then choose 2 or 3 sentences and speak them out loud. This is important because listening alone helps understanding, but listening plus speaking helps fluency. Your ears receive the language, and your mouth practices producing it. After listening, do repetition practice. Choose one useful sentence and repeat it several times. For example, I am trying to build a better English routine. Say it slowly first, then say it more naturally. Then change one word and make a new sentence. I am trying to build a better morning routine. I am trying to build a better study habit. I am trying to build more confidence. This exercise teaches you flexibility. You are not only copying one sentence. You are learning how to use the sentence pattern in different ways. This is how your speaking becomes faster. Your brain starts to recognize patterns. And when a real moment comes, you do not need to build every sentence from zero. Then do personal speaking practice. This is where you talk about your own life. You can use a simple question like, what am I doing today? And answer it in 4 or 5 sentences. You can say, today I have a normal day. I need to finish my work and help my family. I also want to practice English for a few minutes. I do not have a lot of time, but I can still do something small. If I practice every day, I will improve. This kind of practice is powerful because it connects English to your real thoughts. You are not only repeating someone else's life, you are speaking about your own life. Now let's practice a daily confidence answer. Imagine someone asks you, how do you practice English every day? You can answer, I practice English every day by speaking simple sentences about my life. I listen to short English lessons, repeat useful phrases, and talk about my routine. Sometimes, as I make mistakes, but I do not stop. I know that daily practice is helping me become more confident. Say this answer slowly, then make it your own. Maybe you say, I practice English every morning because that is the best time for me. Maybe you say, I practice English at night because my day is very busy. Maybe you say, I practice English while walking because it feels natural. Your routine does not need to look like someone else's routine. It only needs to work for you. Another important part of daily practice is reviewing the same phrases again and again. Many learners always want new lessons, new words, and new videos. New material feels exciting, but repetition creates speaking power. You need to repeat useful English until it becomes easy. If a phrase is important, do not say it only once. Say it today, tomorrow, and again next week. For example, practice these sentences many times. Let me explain what I mean. I need a little more time. I agree with you. I see your point. That sounds interesting. I am not sure, but I think these phrases can help you in many conversations. When you repeat them often, they become ready in your mouth. You should also record your voice sometimes. You do not need to share it with anyone. Just record 1 minute of speaking and listen to yourself. At first, you may feel uncomfortable. Many people do not like hearing their own voice, but this practice is very useful. When you listen, do not judge yourself harshly. Do not say, my English is bad. Instead, ask simple questions. Was my voice clear? Did I speak too fast? Did I stop too much? Can I repeat the same answer better? Then record again. The goal is not to sound perfect. The goal is to notice and improve. Small corrections every day can create big progress over time. Now let's do one final practice exercise for today. Speak about your English journey in a simple paragraph. You can say, I am learning English because I want to communicate better. Sometimes I feel nervous when I speak, but I know this feeling is normal. I do not need to wait until I am perfect. I can practice with simple sentences every day. I can describe my actions, answer small questions, repeat useful phrases, and record my voice. If I continue, my English will become stronger. I am not behind. I am improving step. This paragraph is not difficult, but it is powerful. It gives you language for your real experience and confidence for your real journey. The most important thing I want you to remember is this. Daily English practice should feel possible. If your routine is too heavy, you will leave it. If your routine is simple, useful, and connected to your life, you can continue. Speak in the morning. Describe your actions during the day. Repeat useful phrases. Answer simple questions. Think small thoughts in English. Review. At night. These small actions may not look dramatic, but they are exactly the kind of actions that create real speaking confidence. You do not become confident by waiting for the perfect moment. You become confident by proving to yourself every day that you can use English now. Start with what you know. Speak with the words you have. Keep your practice small, honest, and regular. Your English voice will not grow in one single day, but if you use it every day, it will become clearer, stronger, faster, and more confident. Now, Let's make this practice even more practical by connecting it to the moments when you usually feel nervous. Many learners can speak alone, but when another person is listening, they suddenly lose confidence. Their heart becomes fast, their mind becomes full, and they start thinking, what if I make a mistake? What if they do not understand me? What if I sound strange? My friend, this fear is normal, but you should not let it control your English. The way to reduce this fear is not to wait until fear disappears. The way to reduce fear is to practice small real speaking situations before they happen. For example, if you feel nervous introducing yourself, practice your introduction every day until it becomes easy. You can say, "Hi, my name is Evelyn. I am learning English, and I am trying to speak more confidently." Then you can make it personal for yourself. Say, "Hi, my name is Duh," and add your name. Then say, "I am from," and add your place. Then say, "I am learning English because," and give your reason. This simple introduction can help you in many situations. You can use it in online classes, meetings, new conversations, travel situations, or speaking practice groups. When you practice it many times, you will not need to think too much. Your mouth will already know the path. If you feel nervous when someone asks about your day, practice that answer before anyone asks. You can say, "My day is going well. I had a busy morning, but I am feeling okay now." You can say, "Today has been a little tiring, but I finished some important things." You can say, "My day is simple, but I am happy because I practiced English." These answers are useful because people often ask simple questions in real life. They ask, "How is your day? What are you doing? How are you? What did you do today?" If you practice these answers daily, you will feel more ready in real conversations. Now let's practice a real conversation response. Imagine someone says, "How are you improving your English?" You can answer, "I am improving my English by practicing a little every day. I try to speak out loud, repeat useful phrases, and describe my daily routine. I still make mistakes, but I feel more confident because I am not silent anymore." This answer is strong because it is honest and complete. It shows your effort. It also reminds you that progress is not only about speaking perfectly, progress is also about speaking more than before. Another important thing is learning how to speak when you do not know what to say. In real life, you will not always have a perfect answer. Sometimes someone will ask you something unexpected. Sometimes you will understand the question, but you will need time to think. In that moment, do not panic. Use simple thinking phrases. Say, "That is a good question." Say, "Let me think about it." Say, "I have never thought about that before." Say, "I think my answer is." These phrases give you time and keep the conversation alive. They also make you sound more natural because native speakers also use thinking phrases. They do not answer everything immediately. Now, practice this with a simple question. The question is, what is one habit that helps you improve? You can start with, "That is a good question." Then continue, "I think one habit that helps me improve is speaking English every day, even for a short time." Now, add one reason. "It helps me because I become more comfortable with my own voice." Now, add one example. For example, "I can speak about my morning routine, my plans, or my feelings." Now you have a full answer. You did not need difficult words. You only needed a clear structure. Thinking phrase, answer, reason, example. This structure can help you answer many questions. You can also use daily topics to train your confidence fast. Choose one topic each day and speak about it in simple English. On Monday, talk about your routine. On Tuesday, talk about your food. On Wednesday, talk about your work or study. On Thursday, talk about your family or friends. On Friday, talk about your goals. On Saturday, talk about your free time. On Sunday, talk about your week. This gives your brain a clear direction. You do not waste time thinking, what should I practice today? You already know. And because these topics repeat in real life, they are useful for actual conversations. Let's try a weekly review practice. Say, this week I practiced English several times. Some days were easy, and some days were difficult. I notice that I can speak better when I use simple sentences. I also notice that I feel less nervous when I practice before speaking. Next week, I want to continue this habit and speak a little more every day. This kind of review is very powerful because it helps you see your progress. Many learners improve slowly, but they do not notice it, so they feel discouraged. When you review your week in English, you practice speaking and also remind yourself that your effort matters. Before you finish your daily practice, always end with one confident sentence. Say something that supports your progress. Say, I can improve with daily practice. Say, I do not need perfect English to start speaking. Say, my voice is becoming stronger. Say, every day I am getting more comfortable. These sentences may sound simple, but they train your mind. Speaking confidence is not only about words, it is also about how you see yourself. If you always tell yourself, I cannot speak, your fear becomes stronger. But if you say, I am learning to speak, your brain starts to move forward. So from today, do not measure your English only by how many mistakes you make. Measure it by how many times you try. Did you speak 5 sentences today? That is progress. Did you repeat useful phrases today? That is progress. Did you answer one question out loud? That is progress. Did you continue after making a mistake? That is real progress. English confidence grows through action, not waiting. Use your day, use your voice, use your simple sentences. And remember, the learner who practices a little every day will always move further than the learner who waits for the perfect moment. Now, let's focus on how to make your English practice feel natural instead of heavy. Many learners stop practicing because English starts to feel like a big responsibility. They think they must sit at a desk, open a notebook, study for a long time, and understand everything perfectly. But daily speaking practice can be much lighter than that. You can practice while doing normal things. You can practice while walking from one room to another. You can practice while waiting for food. You can practice while getting ready in the morning. You can practice while looking outside for 1 minute. The more natural your practice feels, the easier it becomes to continue. One simple method is called the English moment method. This means you choose small moments during your day and turn them into English speaking moments. For example, when you drink water, you say, I am drinking water because I feel thirsty. When you sit down, you say, I am sitting down because I need a short break. When you open a message, you say, I need to reply to this message later. When you look at the time, you say, I have to leave in 10 minutes. These moments are short, but they are powerful because they teach your brain to connect English with real life. You are not waiting for practice time. You are creating practice from the life you already have. Another very useful practice is the opinion practice. Real conversations often include opinions. People ask what you like, what you think, what you prefer, and why. If you only practice routine sentences, you may still feel stuck when someone asks your opinion. So, every day, choose one simple topic and give your opinion in English. You can talk about food, weather, work, study, travel, music, movies, learning English, daily habits, or free time. Start with a simple sentence like, I think this is useful. Then add a reason. I think this is useful because it helps me practice every day. Then add an example. For example, I can use this method when I am alone at home. This gives you a clear speaking structure. Opinion, reason, example. Let's practice this now. Say, I think daily English practice is important. Now, add a reason. I think daily English practice is important because it helps me feel more comfortable. Now, add an example. For example, when I speak 5 sentences every morning, I feel more ready to use English. This is a complete answer. Now make your own version. You can say, I think speaking out loud is helpful because it trains my mouth. You can say, I think shadowing is useful because it helps my pronunciation and rhythm. You can say, I think recording my voice is helpful because I can hear my mistakes and improve. These sentences prepare you for real conversations because opinions are everywhere in daily life. You should also practice polite English because confidence is not only about speaking fast. Confidence is also about speaking clearly and respectfully. In daily life, you often need to ask for help, request something, refuse politely, or explain your need. Practice sentences like, could you help me with this? Can you explain it one more time? I am sorry. I cannot do it right now. Could I have a little more time? Thank you for your patience. These phrases are useful in work, study, travel, online meetings, and normal conversations. When you know polite phrases, you feel less afraid because you have ready language for real situations. Now, imagine you are in a situation where you do not understand something. Instead of becoming silent, you can say, I am sorry. I did not understand that clearly. Could you explain it one more time? This sentence is polite, clear, and confident. Imagine you need more time. You can say, I understand. Could I have a little more time to finish it? Imagine you need help. You can say, could you help me with this part? I am not sure what to do next. These are not advanced sentences, but they are extremely useful. Speaking confidently fast means you can handle common situations without panic. Another habit that will help you is practicing English through small stories. Stories train your speaking because they connect actions in order. You do not need a dramatic story. You can tell a simple story from your day. For example, this morning I woke up late. I felt a little worried because I had many things to do. I got ready quickly, ate something simple, and started my work. Later, I practiced English for 10 minutes, and that made me feel better. This short story uses real life, past actions, feelings, and a clear order. If you practice one small story every day, your English will become smoother because you will learn how to connect sentences naturally. Try this story practice with your own day. Start with this morning, then say one action, then say one feeling, then say what happened next, then end with one result. For example, this morning I woke up early. I felt fresh, so I decided to practice English before breakfast. I repeated some useful phrases and spoke about my plan for the day. After that, I felt more confident. This is a very strong daily exercise because it trains your memory, sentence order, and speaking confidence at the same time. You are not only saying separate sentences, you are building a spoken paragraph. As you continue practicing, remember to keep your English simple enough to speak. Many learners try to use difficult words because they want to sound advanced. But if difficult words make you silent, they are not helping you in that moment. Clear, simple English is powerful. If you do not know the word exhausted, you can say, I am very tired. If you do not know the word complicated, you can say, it is not easy to understand. If you do not know the word recommend, you can say, I think you should try this. This is real communication. Do not let one missing word stop your whole sentence. Say it another way and continue. Today, I want you to remember this deeply. English confidence does not come from knowing only impressive words. It comes from being able to continue. It comes from using what you already know. It comes from speaking when your sentence is simple, when your grammar is not perfect, and when your voice feels a little nervous. Every time you continue, you become stronger. Every time you explain your idea another way, you become more flexible. Every time you practice in a small daily moment, you teach yourself that English belongs in your life. And when English belongs in your life, speaking becomes less frightening and much more natural. Now let's talk about how to stay consistent when your motivation becomes weak. This is very important because every learner feels excited in the beginning, but excitement does not stay every day. Some days you will feel tired. Some days you will feel busy. Some days you will feel like your English is not improving. Some days you may think, maybe I should stop for today. My friend, those moments are normal. The goal is not to feel motivated every day. The goal is to build a practice habit that is small enough to continue even when motivation is low. If you only practice when you feel excited, your progress will be slow. But if you practice even a little on difficult days, your confidence will become stronger. On low energy days, do not force yourself to do a long lesson. Do a small practice instead. Say 5 sentences out loud. Repeat one useful phrase 10 times. Talk about one object near you. Answer one simple question. Record your voice for 30 seconds. This is enough to keep the habit alive. Remember, a small practice is not a failure. A small practice is a bridge. It keeps you connected to English until you have more energy again. Many learners stop completely because they think practice must be big. But smart learners understand that small practice is still practice. Let's do a simple low energy practice now. Look around you and choose one thing. It can be your phone, your chair, your notebook, your cup, your window, or your bag. Now say 5 sentences about it. For example, this is my phone. I use it every day. I use it to watch English videos. Sometimes I spend too much time on it. Today, I will use it for learning. This exercise looks very simple, but it trains your speaking. It's describing something real. You are creating sentences. You are using English without needing a special topic. This is the kind of practice that helps you continue on busy days. Another problem many learners face is comparison. They compare themselves to other people and feel discouraged. They see someone speaking English fast and they think, why can't I speak like that? They hear another learner using better pronunciation and they think, my English is not good. But a comparison can steal your confidence if you use it the wrong way. You should not compare your beginning to someone else's long journey. You do not know how many hours that person practiced. You do not know how many mistakes they made. You do not know how many times they felt nervous before they became confident. So instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to your past self. Are you speaking more than before? Are you trying more than before? Are you less afraid than before? That is real progress. A useful confidence exercise is to speak about your progress, even if it is small. Say, before I was afraid to speak, but now I can say simple sentences. Say, before I waited for perfect English, but now I practice every day. Say, before I felt nervous about mistakes, but now I understand that mistakes helped me learn. These sentences help you see your growth. When you notice your growth, you feel more confident. Confidence is not only built by new learning, it is also built by recognizing what you have already improved. Now let's practice a progress paragraph. Say, I am not perfect in English, but I am improving. I can understand more than before. I can speak simple sentences about my day. I can practice alone, even without a partner. Sometimes I still feel nervous, but I do not want to stop. I know that every small practice helps me become more confident. This paragraph is very useful because it gives your mind a better message. Instead of saying, I cannot speak, you are saying, I am learning to speak. That small change in language can create a big change in confidence. You should also create a daily speaking trigger. A trigger is something that reminds you to practice. For example, after brushing your teeth, speak 3 English sentences. After making tea, repeat 5 useful phrases. After lunch, answer 1 question out loud. Before sleeping, describe your day in English. When you connect practice to something you already do, it becomes easier to remember. You do not need to ask, when should I practice? Your normal routine reminds you. This is how habits become automatic. Let's make this practical. Choose one daily action that always happens in your life. Maybe you always drink tea. Maybe you always check your phone. Maybe you always sit at your desk. Maybe you always walk to another room. Connect English to that action. If your trigger is drinking tea, say, while I drink tea, I will speak 3 sentences in English. If your trigger is checking your phone, say, before I check my phone, I will repeat 1 useful phrase. If your trigger is going to bed, say, before I sleep, I will talk about my day in English. This is how you make English part of your life instead of another heavy task. Now, I want to give you one more powerful exercise, the repeat and improve method. First, say a simple sentence. Then repeat it with one improvement. For example, start with, I practiced English today. Now improve it. I practiced English today for 10 minutes. Improve it again. I practiced English today for 10 minutes and I focused on speaking clearly. Improve it one more time. I practiced English today for 10 minutes and I focused on speaking clearly because I want to build confidence. This method helps you grow your sentences step by step. You do not jump from beginner to advanced in 1 second. You build the sentence slowly, and that makes speaking easier. Use this method every day with one simple idea. Start with, I am learning, then improve it. I am learning English. Then improve it again. I am learning English because I want to communicate better. Then improve it again. I am learning English because I want to communicate better, and I feel proud when I practice every day. This is fluency training. You are teaching yourself to expand ideas without fear. And when you can expand ideas, you can speak longer, explain better, and feel more confident in real conversations. So, when motivation is low, keep going with a small practice. When comparison makes you feel weak, look at your own progress. When you forget to practice, use a daily trigger. When your sentences feel too short, use repeat and improve. These simple habits will help you continue. And the learner who continues, even slowly, always becomes stronger than the learner who starts many times but keeps stopping. Now, let's build a stronger daily speaking routine for real confidence. I want you to think of English practice like brushing your teeth. You do not brush your teeth only when you feel inspired. You do not wait for a perfect day. You do it because it is part of your life. English can become the same kind of habit. You do not need to feel excited every time. You do not need to prepare a big lesson every time. You only need to show up for a few minutes and use your voice. When you do this again and again, English starts to become normal. And when English becomes normal, speaking becomes less scary. A very useful way to practice every day is to use the same topic 3 times in one day. In the morning, talk about your plan. In the afternoon, talk about what is happening now. At night, talk about what happened. This helps you practice future, present, and past naturally without studying grammar in a heavy way. In the morning, you can say, "Today, I will practice English for 10 minutes. I will finish my work, help at home, and try to stay focused." In the afternoon, you can say, "Right now, I am taking a short break. I am a little tired, but I still want to continue my day." At night, you can say, "Today, I practiced English, finished some work, and learned something useful." This is simple, but it trains your brain to speak about time clearly. Let's practice this with the topic of daily routine. In the morning, say, "Today, I will wake up my English voice by speaking a few sentences." During the day, say, "Right now, I am using English to describe my life." At night, say, "Today, I used English in a small way, and I feel proud." Now, make your own version. Use your real life. In the morning, speak about what you will do. During the day, speak about what you are doing. At night, speak about what you did. If you repeat this every day, your English will become more balanced because you are training different kinds of sentences through your normal life. Another helpful practice is the explain it simply exercise. Many learners lose confidence because they try to explain something in a complicated way. But good communication often means explaining something simply. Choose one idea and explain it like you are speaking to a friend. For example, explain why daily practice matters. You can say, "Daily practice matters because it keeps English active in my mind. If I practice only sometimes, I forget easily. But if I practice every day, even for a short time, my brain becomes more familiar with English." This explanation is clear and natural. You are not using difficult words, but you are expressing a useful idea. Now choose another simple idea. Confidence. Try to explain confidence in English. You can say, "Confidence means I can speak even when I am not perfect. It means I can make mistakes and continue. It means I do not become silent just because I feel nervous." This is a strong explanation. You can use this practice with many topics. Explain your favorite food. Explain your job. Explain your study routine. Explain your city. Explain why you want to learn English. Explain what makes speaking difficult for you. When you explain simple ideas every day, your speaking becomes stronger because you learn how to organize thoughts in English. You should also practice asking questions because conversation is not only answering. Many learners prepare answers, but they forget to practice questions. If you can ask good, simple questions, you can keep a conversation alive. Practice questions like, what do you think about this? How was your day? Can you explain that? What do you usually do in the morning? Do you have any advice for me? How can I improve this? These questions help you become more active in conversations. You do not need to wait silently for someone else to control the conversation. You can ask, listen, and respond. Let's practice a small question and answer flow. Ask, how was your day? Then answer, my day was busy, but it was good. Ask, what did you do? Answer, I worked, helped at home, and practiced English. Ask, how do you feel now? Answer, I feel a little tired, but I am happy because I did something useful. This small conversation is easy, but it trains real speaking movement. Question, answer, follow up, feeling. If you practice this alone, you will feel more prepared when someone asks similar questions in real life. Another powerful daily habit is replacing silence with simple English. When you feel stuck, do not say nothing. Say something simple. If someone asks you a question and you need time, say, let me think. If you do not know the exact word, say, I do not know the exact word, but I can explain. If you feel nervous, say, I am a little nervous, but I will try. These sentences are honest, useful, and confident. They help you stay in the conversation. Silence can make fear stronger, but simple English can keep you moving. You can also train your confidence by practicing small challenges. For example, choose one day and speak English every time you enter your room. Choose another day and describe every meal in English. Choose another day and answer 3 questions before sleeping. Choose another day and record a 1-minute voice note about your plans. These small challenges keep practice interesting. They also prove to you that English can fit into different parts of your life. You are not trapped inside one method. You can practice in many ways. Before you finish today's practice, say this paragraph out loud. I can practice English every day in small ways. I can speak about my plan in the morning, describe my actions during the day, and review my day at night. I can ask questions, give simple answers, explain my thoughts, and continue even when I make mistakes. I do not need perfect English to become confident. I need daily practice, patience, and the courage to use my voice. Say it slowly, say it clearly, and most importantly, believe the action behind it. Your English voice becomes stronger every time you use it. Now, let's talk about how to make your speaking sound more natural. Because confidence is not only about saying words, it is also about saying them with a comfortable rhythm. Many learners speak English word by word very slowly because they are checking every word in their mind. This is normal in the beginning, but with daily practice, you can train your speech to become smoother. You do not need to speak very fast. In fact, speaking too fast can make you less clear. The goal is to speak with a steady rhythm, like your words are connected to each other. When your rhythm improves, your confidence improves too, because you feel less like you are fighting each sentence. One simple way to improve rhythm is to practice short chunks instead of separate words. A chunk is a small group of words that naturally go together. For example, instead of saying each word separately, I want to practice English. Say it in small groups. I want to practice English. Instead of saying, I need a little more time, say, I need a little more time. Instead of saying, can you say that again? Say, can you say that again? These chunks help your mouth move more naturally. When you practice chunks every day, your English starts to sound smoother. Let's practice some useful speaking chunks. Say, I want to improve. Say, I need more practice. Say, I am trying to speak clearly. Say, I feel more confident now. Say, could you help me with this? Now repeat them again, but this time, do not stop after every word. Let the words move together. I want to improve. I need more practice. I am trying to speak clearly. I feel more confident now. Could you help me with this? This practice is small, but it trains your mouth to speak English in a more natural way. Another useful method is slow to natural practice. First, say a sentence very slowly so your mouth understands it. Then say it again a little more smoothly. Then say it one more time like you are using it in a real conversation. For example, start with, I am learning English every day. Say it slowly. Then say it again naturally. Then say it with feeling. I am learning English every day because I want to speak confidently. This method works because it gives your brain time first, then it trains your mouth to move more easily. You are not rushing. You are building control. Now let's use this with a real daily sentence. Say, I had a busy day. Now say, I had a busy day, but I finished my work. Now say, I had a busy day, but I finished my work and I still practiced English for a few minutes. This is a good sentence because it gives a real message. It talks about your day, your effort, and your English habit. Practice it slowly first, then more naturally. You can also change it for your life. Say, I had a tiring day, but I still practiced English. Or say, I had a normal day and I used English for a few minutes. The more you adjust sentences, the more fluent you become. You should also practice speaking with emotion. Many learners repeat sentences with a flat voice, but real speaking has feeling. When you say, I am happy, your voice should sound a little happy. When you say, I am tired, your voice can sound calm and tired. When you say, I am proud of myself, your voice should sound honest. Emotion helps your English sound human. It also helps you remember phrases better because the sentence becomes connected to a feeling, not just words. Let's practice emotional speaking. Say, I feel nervous, but I will try. Say it like you are encouraging yourself. Now say, I made a mistake, but I can learn from it. Say it calmly. Now say, I am proud because I practiced today. Say it with a little confidence. These sentences are not only speaking exercises, they are confidence exercises. They teach your mind to stay kind while your mouth learns English. This is important because many learners speak to themselves too harshly. They say, my English is bad. They say, I cannot speak. But those sentences make confidence weaker. Instead, practice sentences that help you continue. Another daily exercise is the situation response practice. Choose one common situation and prepare a simple response. For example, someone says, you speak English well. Many learners become shy and do not know what to say. You can answer, thank you. I am still learning, but I practice every day. Someone says, can you explain your idea? You can answer, yes, I will try to explain it simply. Someone says, do you can
Understand?
you can answer, I understand most of it, but could you explain this part again? These responses prepare you for real moments. When the moment comes, your brain will not feel empty because you have practiced before. Now imagine you are in a small conversation. Someone asks, what helps you improve your English? You answer, daily practice helps me the most. I try to speak simple sentences every day, and I repeat useful phrases until they feel natural. Then the person asks, do you still feel nervous? You answer, yes, sometimes I feel nervous, but I do not let that stop me. Speak slowly, use simple words, and continue. This is a confident answer. You are not pretending to be perfect. You are showing that you can communicate clearly. At the end of your practice, always choose one sentence and make it stronger. Start with, I practice English. Then say, I practice English every day. Then say, I practice English every day because I want to speak confidently. Then say, I practice English every day because I want to speak confidently in real conversations. This kind of sentence building is very useful because it trains your brain to add meaning. You can do this with any sentence. Start small. Add time. Add reason. Add situation. Add feeling. This is how short English becomes strong English. Remember, natural speaking does not appear suddenly. It grows from small daily practice. Chunks help your mouth move smoothly. Slow to natural practice helps you build rhythm. Emotional speaking helps your English sound real. Situation responses help you feel ready. Sentence building helps you speak longer. Use these exercises every day, even for a few minutes, and your English will slowly become clearer, smoother, and more confident. Now, let's talk about how to practice when you are alone but want to prepare for real people. This is very important because many learners practice English quietly in their minds, but real speaking feels different. When another person is in front of you, you need to listen, understand, think, and answer at the same time. That is why your daily practice should include small conversation training. You do not need a partner every day. You can prepare your brain by practicing common questions and common answers before real conversations happen. Start with questions people often ask in daily life. They may ask, how are you? What are you doing today? Where are you from? What do you do? How was your day? What do you like to do in your free time? Why are you learning English? These questions are simple, but many learners still freeze because they have not practiced answering them naturally. So every day, choose one common question and answer it in 3 different ways: a short answer, a medium answer, and a longer answer. This trains flexibility. For example, if the question is, how was your day? A short answer can be, it was good, thank you. A medium answer can be, it was good, but a little busy. I finished some work and practiced English. A longer answer can be, it was good, but a little busy. I had many things to do in the morning, so I felt a little tired. But later, I took a short break, practiced English for a few minutes, and felt better. This is a simple exercise, but it teaches you how to choose the right answer for the right situation. Sometimes you need a short answer. Sometimes you need more detail. Confident speakers can do both. Now, let's practice with the question, why are you learning English? A short answer can be, I want to communicate better. A medium answer can be, I am learning English because I want to speak more confidently in daily life. A longer answer can be, I am learning English because I want to communicate better with people, understand more content, and feel confident in real conversations. Sometimes speaking is difficult for me, but I practice every day because I know small steps can create big progress. This answer sounds natural because it includes a problem, and a positive action. You can use this structure for many topics. Another powerful practice is the follow up answer. In real conversations, people do not ask only one question. They ask one question, then another. So you should practice continuing the conversation. If someone asks, do you practice English every day? You can answer, yes, I try to practice every day. Then imagine they ask, how do you practice? You can say, I repeat useful phrases, speak about my routine, and sometimes record my voice. Then imagine they ask, does it help? You can say, yes, it helps because I feel less nervous and more comfortable when I speak. This is real conversation training. You are not only answering one question, you are building a small flow. Let's do another example. Someone asks, what is difficult about speaking English? You can answer, the most difficult thing is speaking quickly without thinking too much. Then they ask, why is that difficult? You can say, because sometimes I know the words, but I need time to organize them. Then they ask, what helps you improve? You can say, daily speaking practice helps me. When I speak simple sentences every day, my brain becomes faster. This kind of practice prepares you for real life because conversations move from one idea to another. When you practice follow up questions, you become less afraid of continuing. You should also practice short role play situations alone. Imagine you are at a shop. You can say, excuse me, how much is this? Then answer as the shopkeeper, it is $10. Then respond, okay, I will take it. Imagine you are at a cafe. Say, can I have a cup of coffee, please? Then answer, sure. Would you like anything else? Then respond, no, thank you. That is all. Imagine you are at work. Say, can you explain this task again? Then answer, of course. You need to finish this part first. Then respond, thank you. I understand now. These small role plays make English feel more alive. You are creating real speaking situations in a safe place. Another helpful daily exercise is the problem and solution practice. Real conversations often include problems. You need to explain what happened and what you will do next. For example, say, I could not practice English yesterday because I was very busy, but today I will practice for 10 minutes before sleeping. Or say, I forgot some words while speaking, so I tried to explain my idea in a simpler way. Or say, I felt nervous in a conversation, but I took a breath and continued slowly. This practice is useful because it teaches you not to stop at the problem. You learn to add a solution. That makes your speaking sound more complete and confident. Now try this pattern with your own life. Start with, I had a problem with, then explain the problem, then say, and explain what you did. For example, I had a problem with speaking because I felt nervous. So I started practicing simple sentences every morning. Or I had a problem with remembering words, so I began repeating useful phrases every day. This is a strong speaking pattern because it helps you talk about progress. You are not only saying what is difficult, you are saying what you are doing about it. Before you finish your daily practice, ask yourself one reflection question. What did I do today for my English? Then answer honestly. Maybe you say, I practiced for 5 minutes. Maybe you say, I repeated 3 useful phrases. Maybe you say, I answered one question out loud. Maybe you say, I listened to English while walking. Do not ignore small progress. Small progress is the foundation of confidence. When you notice it, you feel encouraged. When you feel encouraged, you continue. And when you continue, your English voice becomes stronger. So keep practicing questions, answers, follow up responses, role plays, problems, solutions, and daily reflections. These exercises are simple, but they prepare you for real conversations. You are training your brain to respond. You are training your mouth to move. You are training your confidence to stay calm. And every time you practice, you are becoming the kind of English speaker who does not wait silently, but speaks with courage, clarity, and steady progress. Now let's bring everything together into one clear daily practice routine that you can actually use. You do not need to wonder what to do every day. You do not need to feel lost between grammar, vocabulary, listening, speaking, pronunciation, and confidence. Start with something simple. First, listen to a short piece of English. Then repeat a few useful sentences out loud. Then speak about your real life. Then answer one simple question. Then review your day in English. This is enough to train your ears, your mouth, your brain, and your confidence. If you do this consistently, even for a short time, your English will begin to feel more natural. In the morning, wake up your English voice with 3 simple sentences. Say what you will do, how you feel, and what English action you will take. For example, today I will stay focused. I feel a little tired, but I am ready to begin. I will practice English for 10 minutes. These sentences are not difficult, but they start your day with action. You are not waiting for confidence, you are creating it. Then, during the day, use small English moments. When you open your laptop, say what you are doing. When you make food, describe it. When you feel tired, say how you feel. When you finish a task, say what you finished. These short sentences keep English alive in your day. At night, review your day in English. This is one of the best habits because it helps you practice real experience. You can say, today was busy, but I finished important work. I practiced English for a few minutes, and I repeated useful phrases. I made some mistakes, but I continued. Tomorrow, I want to speak with more confidence. This practice helps your brain organize your life in English. It also helps you notice your progress. Many learners improve, but they do not see it because they never review it. When you speak about your day, you remind yourself that you are moving forward. Now, I want you to practice a full daily speaking answer. Imagine someone asks, how can I practice English every day and speak confidently faster? You can answer, you can practice English every day by using simple sentences from your real life. Speak in the morning about your plan. Describe your actions during the day. Repeat useful phrases. Answer simple questions out loud. Practice short conversations alone. At night, review your day in English. Do not wait for perfect grammar or perfect confidence. Start with what you know. Speak a little every day, and your confidence will grow. This answer is clear, useful, and natural. It gives a complete idea without complicated English. Let's make this answer more personal. Say, I can practice English every day by speaking about my own life. I can talk about my routine, my work, my feelings, my plans, and my problems. I can repeat phrases that help me in real conversations. I can ask questions and answer them. I can record my voice and listen again. I can make mistakes and still continue. If I keep practicing, I will become more comfortable, faster, and more confident. This is the kind of English that can change your speaking because it is connected to your real journey. Remember, speaking confidently fast does not mean you must rush. It means you stop delaying your practice. It means you stop waiting for the perfect teacher, the perfect partner, the perfect lesson, or the perfect time. It means you use today. You use 5 minutes. You use one sentence. You use one question. You use one small situation. You speak, repeat, improve, and continue. The fastest progress comes when you stop treating English like something far away and start treating it like something you can use right now. If you feel afraid, speak slowly. If you forget a word, explain it another way. If your grammar is not perfect, keep your message clear. If someone speaks too fast, ask them to repeat. If you make a mistake, correct yourself and continue. These are not failures. These are speaking skills. Real confidence does not mean nothing goes wrong. Real confidence means you can stay calm when something goes wrong. You can breathe, think, and try again. That is what daily practice teaches you. So make your practice simple enough to repeat. Speak 3 sentences in the morning. Sing. Describe small actions during the day. Repeat useful phrases. Answer one question. Tell one short story. Review your day at night. Do not try to do everything perfectly. Try to do something every day. Small daily practice is powerful because it changes your relationship with English. English becomes less scary. Your voice becomes more familiar. Your thoughts become faster. Your mouth becomes more comfortable. And slowly you begin to feel, I can speak. I can continue. I can improve. From now on, when you think about English, do not only think about studying. Think about using. Use English when you are alone. Use English when you are busy. Use English when you feel nervous. Use English when your sentences are simple. Use English when you make mistakes. Every time you use English, you are training confidence. Every time you speak, you are building fluency. Every time you continue, you are becoming stronger. Your English voice is already inside you. It does not need a perfect moment. It needs daily practice, patience, and the courage to begin again tomorrow. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, my friend. I hope this lesson helped you understand that English confidence does not come from waiting, worrying, or trying to be perfect. It comes from daily action. It comes from using your voice, even for a few minutes. It comes from speaking simple sentences, repeating useful phrases, answering questions, and continuing even when you make mistakes. So after this video, choose one small English practice and do it today. Speak about your day, describe what you are doing, or repeat one sentence until it feels natural. If this lesson helped you, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and keep practicing with me. Remember, your English voice becomes stronger every time you use it. Keep going, keep speaking, and I will see you in the next lesson.